the element argument. Okay, so if I want to show that for any two sets A and B, to show that A is a subset of B, I pick an element, one little x that's in A, and I show by process of what the properties are of the sets that it turns out to be in B. So this could be A, a smaller set in B, right? Or it could be A is all of B, right? And so this subset here, could be all of. Okay, so this is the exact case where I want to show A is equal to B. So if A is equal to B, then I'm going to show A as a subset of B, and I'm going to show B as a subset of A. So you've got to follow the element both ways if you're trying to show two sets are equal to each other. All right, so here, let's do this element argument. So you need to tell me which way you're going and where you're starting, right? So you don't have to label them case 1 or case 2, but at least you need to say this. Okay, so if I'm picking an element in here, I want to show that it ends up in here. Okay, so what does it mean for x to be an element of B minus A? So that means x is an element of B and x is not an element of A. That's what B minus A means, right? So if it's not an element of A, that means x is an element of A complement. So what I have from these two statements right here is x is an element of B and x is an element of A complement, which means x is an element of B intersect A complement. So I have it. So I went this way with the element argument. Okay, so now let's work going this way, right? So that's me taking an element, x is an element of B intersect A complement. So that means x is an element of B and x is an element of A complement. So what that means is x is not an element of A. So this gives me x is an element of B and x is not an element of A. So that means x is an element of B minus A. So you just have to summarize it. This is just a way of having a conversation, right? A math proof is like a little paragraph. So you just have to summarize your conclusions, right? So little arrows kind of saying this means this without you don't have to use words, right? Okay, so I'm going to let you all do this during our Zoom time. So it'll be a practice problem. So if it's showing equal, you remember you have to go both ways. So then I'm going to let you do this one in the Zoom time. And I'm going to let, let's see, this one I thought I would do. Okay, so let me do this one. Okay, let me do this one. So, because it's got, oh my goodness, the ordered pairs here, doesn't it? Okay, so if I'm going to show, I'm always going to tell you if I want you to do an element argument. So here's the element argument. If show this direction and then show this direction, right? So I'm going to start here. So if I've got an element on this side, you cannot say x is an element of A cross B union C. Let's think about why. So this cross here means that I have an ordered pair. So I can't choose an x. That'd be wildly wrong, right? So it's not an x. Okay, so let's get rid of that. You've got the point. So if I've got a Cartesian coordinates there, ordered pair, so I have to say there's an x comma y that's in A cross B union C. Okay, so what does that mean? That means x is an element of A and y is an element of B union C. So if y is in B or C, that means y is in B or y is in C. So now I'm going to separate this. So I could have this and this, right? X is in A and y is in B, or let me use a different color here. If I have X is in A and y is in C. Okay, so I think you can see that I've got, let me go back to black here, X, Y is in A cross B, or X, Y is in A cross C. Oh, do I have it? Because you're always keeping an eye out to where you're going. Then my X, Y is an element of A cross B or A cross C. Okay, so now let's go the other way. So let's start here. So if my X, Y is an element of A cross B or A cross C, that means XY is in A cross B or XY is in A cross C. So if XY is in here, that means X is in A and Y is in B, right? And if XY is here, that means X is in A and Y is in C. So what that gives me, I see, right? Let me put the or in between again, right? Because I translated the line. So what that tells me is I've got X in A in both of them, right? Then I have Y is in B or Y is in C. So I'm going slow, right? And I want you to kind of go slow so I can see where you're getting your information from. Then I can say X is in A and Y is in B or C, and then I can put it together with the ordered pair. The ordered pair XY is an element of A cross B or C. Got it?